Ellyne's 4 stunning fur coats made of beaver, fox, and mink transformed into 3 throws and 2 pillows. With these 4 coats, I was able to make these absolutely gorgeous throws and pillows. Here is the beaver coat. The customer chose to use her lining. It was a full-length coat and it was beautiful to work with. I was able to make a throw and a pillow. The inside of this coat was lined, and I left the lining in until the very end, and then I ended up removing that and replacing it with my own. It measured 51 by 55 inches. And you can see a close-up of the fur. It was really, really pretty to work with. Attaching my label. And that's her backing. Here is the pillow. I used the part of the sleeve, and I was able to get a really nice diagonal for the pillow. And there are the 2 pieces together. And her monogram, and the back of the pillow with a zipper so it could always be taken out and cleaned. Here we have the full-length fox. Customer chose to use the inside of her lining, and as you can see, the fox had just some beautiful colors and textures. And here's what it looked like when it was laid out, cut. It measured 51 by 53 inches. And when we were working on the backing, we were trying to see which colors complemented the others. And that is her completed backing. Here is the opening that I used to turn out the blanket. And there it is, fully laid out. It really, very, very pretty throw. And that's just the edge of the fur. And the completed lining. The next project consisted of 2 jackets. One fox, which was darker than the other, with a very pretty rust color lining. And again, the colors are really, really beautiful and they pop. And a white mink, and the customer chose to put these 2 particular jackets together to create one throw. So with these, I gave her several options of how to present the throw. So we had straight lines, we had squares, and then we had the white mink in the center and the darker fox on the outside, and that ultimately was the design that the customer chose. Here I'm putting together the pieces of the white mink for the center portion, and that's what it looked like when it was completed. It measured 53 by 55, and then as always, I put a protective layer of cotton. I put a ribbon on the end to help protect it. I layer it with the lining, clip it all the way around, and then sew it together. Here's a close-up of the furs and the white mink. Now, we used 3 different colors for the backing on the lining of the throw. They were both from the original linings. The darker chocolate on the outside was added on. By the time everything was completed, it measured 51 by 53 after the sewing process. and that's what the completed backing looked like. There was enough leftover fur from this project that I was able to make a pillow. I used the Mink white mink trim from the original coat, and as you can see here, the skin was very dried out and really wasn't usable. So I took some other leather stripping and I sewed it to the mink trim, put all those pieces together, and there were lots of little pieces. I had to hand sew the trim on. I added an additional leather stripping, and in this picture you can see the additional leather stripping on the outside, and I hand sewed the mink trim to that leather stripping. Here are the two pieces together. You really can't see the mink trim on here, but when it's separated, as in the next picture, you can see how it pops out. Here are all the throws together with the pillows. What a pleasure it was to work on this project. Come visit us at dinahsquilts.com. Watch the process here.